It's the Tony Rose Show on D93, and as we head into this Memorial Day weekend, one of our favorite guests, one of the real good guys in Hollywood. There's not a lot of them left, but he's one of the true good ones, man. It's Neal McDonough. Of course, his new movie, The Last Rodeo, is out this weekend, just in time for Memorial Day. A great picture to take the family to, and we are honored to have him on. Neal, good morning, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Tony. Thanks for having me on the show again. Much appreciated.
Man, I saw the trailer. I can't wait to see The Last Rodeo. It's in theaters this Memorial Day weekend, actually. They can get out and check it out. But I think this may be one of your most physically demanding roles. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Band of Brothers was definitely physically demanding for all the stuff that we had to do, but I wasn't sitting on the back of a 1,500-pound bull that wanted to kill me. Yeah, so it's a little different, and leading up to it, I really wanted to look like a professional bull rider.
Yeah.
And I wanted that. Clint Eastwood's my favorite. Clint Eastwood is the one years ago who told me that I was lazy. Says you're a gun for hire, nothing better. You should write your own stuff. You're smarter than this. And at the time, I was like, "Are you out of your mind? I can't do that. No one's gonna, I can't write. No one's gonna listen or want to read my writing." And now here I am we're about to produce our 11th film, and 4 of them I wrote, and it's just, are you kidding me? I'm so blessed. It's crazy. And to be here with The Last Rodeo, the most physically demanding show, I wanted to make sure that I looked as close to Clint Eastwood as possible, and his physical presence on screen was unmatched to me. So I wanted to make sure that I was in the horses, on bulls, on mechanical bulls, eating the right thing, running mile after mile after mile, lifting weights, but not getting bulky, but look like a bull rider. And I worked my tail off, and it all paid off because I am so stinking proud of this movie. It's hard to even speak about it.
Man, it looks so good. Again, just good values to it, a good story to it, a great cast around you as well. You look, like I said, in great shape in this movie, man. I mean, you've always kept yourself in shape, but you look, just cut, sliced up in this thing, man. I mean, you look great. Tell us a little bit about the film. Obviously, rodeo fans, we got a lot of them around here. It's big in this area. It's going to hit home for a lot of people. Kind of tell us a little bit about the backstory of The Last Rodeo.
Well, I love the heartland of America, and I love pure Americana, and those are things that I've always loved. As a kid, I loved movies like The Cowboys of John Wayne's, one of his last films, which was always left an indelible print in my head. And Butch Cassidy, I snuck into the movie theater as a kid and saw Butch Cassidy. Wow, that Paul Newman guy's cool. I don't know why, but I think he's cool. And I wasn't even 10 years old at the time. So those are characters I've always gravitated towards, but I couldn't play because I wouldn't do kissing scenes in movies. Mm-hmm. So after years of building trust with investors and such, finally people are saying, you know what? Neal was great in Band of Brothers. He was great in some of these other heroic things in the Warrant series, the Westerns that we did. That when I wrote this, I prayed that I would find financing for it. And we found it immediately. When they read the script, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is great. Who are you going to get to direct it?" I'm like, "Well, I'd like to have John Abnett direct it." "Well, if you can do that, here's all the money." And I'd like to have Michael T. Williamson and Christopher McDonald round out the cast. And they said, "Well, let's go and get it." So it all happened so fast, Tony, that it's from 2 years to when I came up with the original idea to now. That's record pace for Hollywood. And to do it that's a film about family and a fractured family and about building it back up through faith. I can't tell you how blessed I am. It's just awesome.
The work that Angel Studios is doing too. I mean, the movies that you guys have worked on, you've been part of, but they've put out as well over the last few years. It's just been amazing. I mean, like I said, just good movies and good movies that, like I said, that have that a faith underlying tone to it. A sense of spirit, a sense of change in every movie, but at the same time, all the action sequences, all the the attention to detail that you want in a movie as well. Really, really good work. I hope that you guys are getting the feedback like we see as fans of the movies across the board, across the country as well.
Well, I don't read reviews. I don't look at social media. I think it's all kind of toxic for creative people because then it can mess with your brain. And I've seen, and I used to read them years ago, and it would mess with me. I was like, okay, that's enough. No, I'm not doing that again. So yesterday, John Abnett, the director, says, "I know you don't read reviews, but I'm telling you, you have to read Variety." I'm like, really? Yes. I'm not going to. I'm going to stay on the phone until you read the article. And I read the article and how much they gushed about our film. Variety's tough.
Yeah.
And they gave such a beautiful review to the movie and my performance, and everything else was just, God has your back. We're not always there for God, but He's always there for us. And what a gift this has been for Reve and I to have the ability to produce and write and create our own film, and Angel Studios to support us, the amazing Angel Studios. It's a dream come true for me. I finally get to be the hero who kisses the girl in the end, and that girl that I kiss in the end is none other than my wife, Reve. How awesome is that?
That's awesome, man. It looks like a great movie. The Last Rodeo is in theaters this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Get out there and check it out. Get the family out to it. Make it a night. Go out, grab some dinner, and then check out the movie. And real quick, too, as we head into this Memorial Day weekend, Neal, I would be remiss if I did not ask you about Band of Brothers, which I think is one of the most beautiful works of art on a screen that you can watch, to dedicate the time to it, the story it tells. Can you give us a little bit of something we may want to look for next time we watch Band of Brothers, if it's over this Memorial Day weekend, as we remember just not only about your character, but the cast and some of the stories that you guys learned while doing that?
Look, for me, Band of Brothers, I had basically quit the business, and I got a call from a friend of mine, said, Steven Spielberg is looking for you for this thing called Band of Brothers. I'm like, wait a minute, what? How does he even know who I am? And Steven knows everything. And then when I got the part, I met my wife, Reve, the very first day, when we're filming in London, when I just landed on St. Patrick's Day. And here we are 25 years later. And it's just the chain of, the text threads that go between all the guys daily is unbelievable. And it would make your face turn red with some of the things that are said on there. And it's just, it is, my dad came over from Ireland, walked straight into an army office and said, "Make me an American," when he landed, as soon as he landed on the shore. And, that sense of being so pro-American is something that he infused into all of us. I'm so proud to be an American, and now that I get to write films that talk about the heartland of America, like The Last Rodeo, there's a tip of my hat to my dad, who gave 7 years of his life to serve this country so well, and I'm so proud of this moment that I'm at right now.
Well, we're such a huge fan of you, as not only as an actor, but as a human being as well. You're great. You always are so humble and just willing to share your time with us and our listeners. We always appreciate it, Neal, so much. The Last Rodeo is in theaters this weekend. Please take some time as well. Watch Band of Brothers again. It's always a great time, but especially over Memorial Day, it'll really put things in perspective for everybody out there. And, of course, as always, best of luck to you. You're always welcome on this show, and we hope to catch up again soon, buddy.
Thank you, Ted. And you guys listening, if you love films that can talk about family and faith, and you can bring the whole family to and be entertained and be enlightened by the end, this is your type of film. But you got to support it and go to the theaters and buy some tickets, and it'll tell Hollywood we need more films like this. And that's my ask.
The Last Rodeo, Neal McDonough. Appreciate it, sir. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon.
God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.